Welcome to True Heel Heat, the place where we use insider terms because we think we know what the fuck we're talking about, even though we don't. My name's Maxwell Jacob Friedman, and I'm better than you, and you know it.
Hello. It is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. We are live on the True Hill Heat YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter for AEWramble episode 70. The real MJF stands up as we are going to review the November 30th, 2022 edition of AEW Dynamite. I am here with a man of 47,000 subscribers. You go to him for your TV and movie reviews, as well as your honest criticisms of Tony Khan. He is Jimmy Macram.
Ladies and gents, how are you? Wonderful day.
Good morning to you, Jimmy. I know you woke up like a few seconds ago.
Fuck yeah. Well, exhausted.
Welcome to the show, and welcome everyone. We appreciate you joining us every Thursday, 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time. Back on Thursday after last week with Thanksgiving. We're back in our natural habitat of 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursday. We appreciate you all. Show your appreciation back by dropping the thumbs up on this video. Share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms, even Hive. If you're new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. If you're watching us on Facebook, drop a like, a heart, a laugh, an angry emoji, however AEW Dynamite made you feel, and retweet us if you're watching us on Twitter. And of course, sound off in the live chat if you're watching on any of those platforms. We love to hear from you. We love to interact. We want to hear your thoughts on last night's episode of AEW Dynamite. But the best way to have your comment highlighted on screen, if you want me and Jimmy to talk about it, if you have a question or if you have a take or opinion you want read out, Super Chat donation is the best way to do that. If you're feeling generous, if it's not outside your means this holiday season and you're feeling a little
Fuck that, cough up.
There you go. Thank you, Jimmy. Roxy is here with us, Jimmy, saying good morning, everyone. We got CM already off the top saying Regal was foolish and soft. That's your attorney. That's how you pay her the big bucks. Oh man, you got yourself Jessica Jones lawyer. Steven Chambers saying what's up, SP3 and Jimmy. We got Safet here with us in the live chat. We got Romeo who says, Jimmy, respectfully, when is that Walking Dead finale reaction gonna get uploaded?
My night's keep on the way they go. It could be a while, but I don't know, a couple weeks before the year's over.
That's good. That's a good thing.
You know.
Oh boy, I don't know how to take this. CM says my family enjoyed last week's review. What did we do? Oh yeah, Jimmy was on a roll last week. He was making up for the week prior when he had no disclaimers.
Yeah, her family must be uber black or whatever's left of the Native Americans. I'm here to help. Absolutely.
Yes, you were on a roll last week. From the opening to the end, it was great. We got an early super chat donation from one of our great Patreon backers, one of our supporters here, Dan. Thank you so much, Dan. We appreciate that, and happy holidays to you. He says, "One Punch Friedman." Yes, indeed. And we are going to
Knuckles. I would hope so.
We're going to talk all about that segment with MJF and William Regal from last night, as well as the ramification with various reports coming out today in regards to William Regal possibly going back to WWE. So you can talk all about it. Sound off in the live chat. We're going to talk about it. But of course, we got to do the show as per usual in the order that the show went. So let's start from the top of the show. And of course, AEW Dynamite from November 30th, 2022, Jimmy, was from Indianapolis, Indiana. What was your thoughts on last night's crowd at Dynamite?
I think we should continue to go to Indianapolis. These hicks, they appreciate it. Unlike us in the fucking upper Northeast.
Yeah,
it appreciate anything.
It's weird because, you know, I try to hear other people's perspective on the show as well. And I listened to Observer Radio, and Meltzer was like, he didn't like the crowd. He thought the crowd was dead a lot. And I was like, I did not feel that, especially not for the main event. And not for, he was like, oh, MJF was struggling to get a reaction. I was like, the reaction MJF got made me be like, oh, well, I guess the double back heel turn actually worked because he got majority of boos. He got more boos than I expected for him.
Okay, agree with there. But good Lord, it took forever to get there. We'll talk about when we get there. I'm sorry. I love him, Jeff, but I was like, ooh, we're already taking after Triple H, huh? All right, we got it.
Hey, he said, that's my boy. That's my boy. I was waiting for the rah between those. That would have been great.
Editor. Cut this shit in half. Jeez.
That would have been great. But that wasn't how we kicked off the show. We started off.
Shut up, Dan. Sorry, sir. I know you just said a super chat donation. And I know we're trying to whatever. No, it wasn't. Stop it. He went back over his nose twice. Somebody accidentally copied and pasted him. Like, good Lord, cut this shit in half. What the fuck? We got it. You want to be booed? I'm with you.
Purposeful. That's great word. Yes, it was purposeful.
Yeah, she has a great personality.
Anyway, but the start of the show had the former AEW World Champion Jon Moxley coming out to get things going. He talks about working to get here and what a wild ride it's been with AEW. He says there are three constants in life: death, taxes, and Jon Moxley. He says no one can outwork him, outfight him, outwrestle him, or anything else. There is not one man who has the guts to come out here and tell him any different. But before he can continue, we hear the music of the returning Hangman Adam Page. Moxley, as soon as Page is in the ring, Moxley is in full on. Moxley kept the same energy from Full Gear. He kind of had the same energy last week with Regal, like, I want to hurt you, and since I can't hurt you, run away. So he still had that aggressive, but this one was very obvious. Like, here he says to Paige, he said he asks if Paige wants to do this after what happened. What happened last time, if you can even remember it. Paige comes out swinging, and the fight is on. We get referees and security needing multiple attempts to break everything up. It goes up the ramp where Moxley freaking busts his ass and slips off the side of the ramp, and it was both hilarious but added to the chaos of this segment. This felt different from a lot of the other pull apart brawls. They have it every so often, maybe like once a month, it feels like, in AEW, but this felt different from it. And I think it was mostly because it just had that chaotic feel. You had two baby faces, so you didn't know who the crowd was really, cheering for and everything. But I felt like Moxley kind of positioned himself as the heel with that question. He was like, "You really want to do this after last time? If you can even remember." And to kind of just go out of the way now and talk about this later on in the night, we saw highlights of this brawl that kicked off the show, and then immediately we go to the back. We see Jon Moxley is being escorted from the building, and Hangman Adam Page comes out, and they start brawling again backstage, throwing each other into garage doors. This was crazy. This if this is a new feud that they're gonna actually take their time with and pace out instead of having the big matchup like we got in October, I think that this was a nice little follow-up from what we got in the build-up to their match in Cincinnati in October, and then Hangman's injury and then coming back here. This just felt like a nice little kickstart to a new feud.
Yes, I'm happy Hangman's back. I gotta be honest. I popped when this music hit. I did not expect that. Though you knew somebody was coming because that was a really odd promo beforehand.
Yeah, it didn't. Usually you would expect after a babyface loses his championship, you had the emotional segment with William Regal last week. He would either be addressing one or the other. It felt like he was doing like a lead up to maybe bringing that up, but I like that they kind of just said, no, bump all that. We're not going to go back to that right now with him, MJF, or him, Regal. We're going to go to this Hangman thing right now.
We're not going to go to the place we should go. We're going to go to the place we want to go because booking, I suppose. But whatever. I'm not going to complain too much because we got Hangman coming out who looks like he also hasn't stepped in a long while. It kind of worked. He looked really upset. And I love this for Moxley. Moxley never leaves character, which actually kind of helps him a lot because after Hangman hurt himself, he got on the microphone. The first thing out of his mouth is it's a dangerous sport, which is an outrageous thing to say to somebody you're not sure is okay. But it works, and it works here.
Your lack of sympathy is very surprising, sir. It's very surprising, but I appreciate you for being you.
I don't know if I like that's what I want to say. I like this pull apart brawl. I would like it a lot better if we didn't get one a month, like you said. This happens all the time, particularly with Jade and people smaller than her, which is outrageous. Jade and fucking Red Velvet, Jade and Thunder Rosa. What are we doing? We'll probably save it for, I don't know, this. Fucking idiot. And then they fight again backstage, which worked for me. I like that, though it was very reminiscent of Moxley and Punk. We also had two pull apart brawls.
Yes.
Joe. Because that's the only thing we can do.
It's a John Moxley feud. Gotta brawl and bleed.
Jesus.
That's all we can do. Brawl and bleed. Yep. Nah, this was fun. A nice return for Hangman Adam Page, and I thought this was a great way to kind of kick off the show and gave it a little bit of energy from the start. We got Belle with us in the live chat saying hi, guys. We got Roxy, who's happy to see Hangman Adam Page return. We got Frantic World, who says Moxley said, "Do you remember what happened?" And Page was like, "F you." Started swinging. That's what it's all about. Start swinging. We got Annika, who says, y'all keep downplaying NXT, but Triple H and HBK was treating people right over there. Sure, I guess. I mean, we only downplay NXT because of what it is now, not what it was. We got EBB, who says Mox is never gonna get time off. Yeah, I'm convinced. When he said that, I was expecting him to say 3 constants. John Moxley not going on vacation.
How would you write him off? Or would you write him off? Would you just let him walk away? Which to me is always a waste.
I mean, honestly, when I feel like someone is on one of the best runs of their career, I don't want them to take time off until they can't. Like it's Triple H. It's true. I feel like he's like Triple. Imagine if Triple H in January 2001 says, "You know what? I'm gonna take some time off. I'm gonna take a few months off. I'll be back. Maybe WrestleMania. You can set me up for a program."
I'm going to take that analogy for what it is and pretend like you didn't just compare Triple H to John Moxley. Prime Triple H to John Moxley. That's fucking outrageous.
Hey, both of them were the Wrestler of the Year at that time. I'm just saying.
Giannis and Michael Jordan both been the best player in the world. That's not how that works, sir.
It does. Did you just compare Triple H to Michael Jordan? What the fuck is wrong with you? Are you smoking some Triple H dust over there? Because I know Triple H believes that's a good comparison, but that's not the only person who does. We got Annika, who says, let Moxley be a heel. This might be more entertaining than the world title picture right now. I don't know. After MJF's promo and the people that he teased that he's going to be feuding with, I was like, this world title programs might be good for a little while. And how he kind of laid down the fortress, but we'll get to that when we get to his promo here. We got Roxy who says, I would love a cage or a street brawl match for Mox and Paige. So yeah.
I'd like to see one-on-one first, a regular ass match first. I know they just had one, but it didn't finish it. So we should do that. Oh, we're all alone. Great. Listen, can I be completely clear? I like Moxley, but he needs to go away for just a little bit. Not long. I'm not mad. Just a little while. I assume him and Renee don't want to leave just yet because Renee is new. And when you're new, you don't want to fucking go on vacation for your first couple months. I, however, would take the fuck off. Husband wants to leave. I'll take a break. No, I don't watch Raw or NXT Frantic World. I do occasionally watch SmackDown, and I watch highlights of Raw, which is pretty good. I must say I have no complaints.
My apologies, folks.
We had fun.
Maybe I need a vacay after that, or my internet does at least. Oh, we got a question here for you, Jimmy.
I answered that already, sir.
Oh, what did you say?
I don't watch Raw or NXT. I watch SmackDown and I watch highlights of Raw. But yeah, I heard Raw's pretty good this week though. I can't trust you, sir. Your opinions are all over the place. I was just shocked by some of the opinions I heard or read, rather.
How dare you? How dare you? Why? Because I think baby faces don't have to have the advantage in war games.
Your complete lack of faith in fucking the bloodline and Triple H to pull off something with the baby face having the advantage in war games. What?
It was not good. The baby faces didn't get.
That was great. What are you talking about?
It was great for the last 10 minutes.
Oh, stop it!
It was. I've had nobody who's argued that.
I can't find anybody who can give me an honest critique of fucking. You're gonna make me watch this fucking show. Everybody either pretends like it's the greatest thing ever, or this man who's held a grudge against Triple H for 20 years. I can't get somebody in the middle of what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this opinion, whatever that is. Please.
I am the best honest opinion out there today, and I say that in the most humble way possible. But let's talk about the opening match on last night's Dynamite, as it was Bryan Danielson going one-on-one with Dax Harwood. First time ever. We, of course, had an opening that was very technical early on, setting the tone for the matchup. We get leg locks, then Bryan Danielson bailing to the floor. Danielson tries the moonsault over the running clothesline, but Harwood is ready for him. Danielson sends him over the top rope, sends him into the crowd with a suicide dive at one point. They start slugging it out as we go to commercial break. This was very hard-hitting, very technical based throughout. Harwood definitely brought the thunder, and you could tell he was motivated for this matchup. And this seems like one of those matchups that you can imagine one of these guys just went to Tony Khan and just suggested it, because it really didn't have any storyline. It was basically just to give us a great match, and that's exactly what we got. We got the technical submissions at the end with Harwood going for the sharpshooter. Eventually, Bryan Danielson, after a pinfall reversal sequence, he reverses into the label lock, and they say that he had his hands over Harwood's eyes for the submission, and he taps out in just under 15 minutes. Great match. Technical clinic between these two men. After the match, it looks like they're going to shake hands, but Harwood goes to walk away, but he then turns around, slaps the hand away, and they hug. Bryan Danielson picking up a very needed win for him, since he's lost a lot of big matches as of late. And Harwood once again putting on another great matchup, another quality match in what's been one of the best years of his career, both as a tag team and as a single. This added to it. My one critique of the matchup is that final shot, that final label lock. How the hell did you not get a cameraman to run his ass over there so we could see the shot of Bryan Danielson's hands over his eyes? That's my biggest critique of this, and the fact that there was no real storyline to this. I would have loved one of those 30-second like video packages where Danielson is talking about, needing to get this win to get back to the world championship, whether that's ROH or AEW world title, or Dax Harwood saying, I need to beat a former ROH world champion so I can get in the running for the ROH world championship. Either or would have been helpful to add just a little bit more to this matchup.
That could have worked. You could have did the I forgot who it was, who said he only feels control when he's in the ring. Scott Hall. He said his life was a mess, but he only felt control. That works for Dragon here. Just for life is falling apart. Regal just turned on Moxley. I just want to wrestle somebody. I just want to fuck somebody up. So let me go do that. That would work for me. But we got nothing because Tony Khan's an idiot. This match was good. I mean, that's not a big shocker. Dax is great. Dragon is the best in the world, at least the last time I checked. I love the little things in this match. When they were tangled up in the ropes and the referee got to 5, and then Dax is like, he's holding me. And then fucking he breaks it up and Dragon kicks him right in the fucking mouth. I went, that is awesome. And I'm here for all of this. The technical work on the show has been atrocious. It was atrocious here. Audio was wonky at times. The camera work was bad, as it usually is, quite frankly. I don't know who the Kevin Dunn is. Kevin Sullivan, but it's not the Kevin Sullivan.
Yes,
it's the guy named
yes.
Kevin Sullivan. Fire him, please. Sorry, I hate to. Wait, after the holidays, let him have his little holidays. We can fucking buy the kids Christmas presents, and then we fire Kevin Sullivan. Sorry, sir, you're out.
Start the new year on a new job on the unemployment line. Move on.
Yes, resolution is to find a job.
So mean. You're so mean. This is why I'm glad Jimmy doesn't have the pen, because there'll be a lot of people on the unemployment line. You can start a whole promotion with the people that Jimmy would fire.
It's been 3 years, sir. He's not gotten any better at his job.
Poor guy. You just keep harassing him.
Because you hire awful people. Like, I don't know what to tell you. What does Kevin Sullivan do for you, sir? Does he find your stuff at a discount, a bulk price, 2 bricks for 1? What are we doing?
Oh my God! But why? Why we have to bring up bricks? Why?
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Have you seen him speak? Is that a sober man talking? Is that man sober, or is that a man who's never had to take a drug test in his life?
Anyhow, they go backstage and we see Tony Schiavone is interviewing the number 1 contender, Ricky Starks. He's ready to win the world title, but he actually it puts himself into the Dynamite Diamond Battle Royale next week, which the winner will determine when they face MJF for the Dynamite Diamond ring. Ricky Starks says he wants to win the Battle Royal and he wants to take everything from MJF after winning the world title eliminator. He's coming for all that MJF has. What did you think?
Ricky's good. I'm glad he got a promo. Promo was fine, if undercomplicated. And it worked for me. I don't know why everybody was excited about the promos between Ricky and MJF. Apparently, we're only going to get one. If that.
Yeah.
Ricky's going to be in a battle royal.
I mean, this only makes sense if Ricky wins the battle royale and we just make both matches. The match at Winter is coming for both things, the ring and the title.
I guess. I mean, who cares though?
Yes.
Who really cares about this fucking Dynamite ring?
That too. That's what I'm saying. You gotta just put it on the line in a title match, or it doesn't make sense for someone new to win this match and to just have a match with MJF for a ring. When you can get a title.
So goofy. I'm
sorry. The one thing that I will say, I agree with y'all with the production. It wasn't the greatest. And this is Exhibit A on why the production wasn't that good, because this was chopped up very poorly as we get a sit-down interview between the Jericho Appreciation Society, minus Chris Jericho, who's on tour, with Fozzy and the Blackpool Combat.
What are you talking about? It's clearly live, because they said so.
Live from Nashville, Tennessee. Absolutely. Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta. The society mocks Wheeler Yuta, but Castagnoli is asked about the final battle main event. Jake Hager thinks that Castagnoli would be a great sports entertainer again, and he throws him a hat. He said he can go back to yodeling and do all the stuff he was doing back in the day. This doesn't go down well for Castagnoli, who snaps and yells about how he's sick of all this talking. He leaves. And so the society issues a challenge for a tag match for next week. Yuta accepts on Castagnoli Oli's behalf, but he says that he wants to take the pure championship from Daniel Garcia at Final Battle, so that is set as well. This Final Battle card is trash. Oh my God. You say I'm not honest. I am nothing but honest, and I have nothing but keep the same energy. If something is bad, like the babyfaces having the advantage of War Games, that was bad, and the babyfaces didn't get over, so it's bad. This is bad because we've been right here. I get Final Battle is, supposed to be the culmination of a lot of feuds, but this feels like ROH. We swear it's the Final Battle. Like all the matches so far that's been made for this show, I'm like, this better be the Final Battle.
He needs to let this go. ROH is done. It was on his deathbed. You tried to revive it, and then you killed it with Chris Jericho, apparently. By the way, how shitty is this fucking group without Chris Jericho standing in it? Dear God, this group is awful. When Jake Hager's doing
the fact that Jake Hager is just his whole gimmick is a meme.
It's over. I don't know what we do here. I gotta be honest. I don't want to see this feud anymore. I don't want to see this group anymore. I gotta be honest. I'm tired of want to see another group anymore. Yuta was good, though his voice leaves something to the imagination. I don't know.
Dolores says, talking about Danielson and Dak, saying this was a good match. It seemed like the match was the excuse why DB didn't help Regal. I like how they planned a lot of stuff out before the Regal MJF segment that made it that played into what happened in the segment.
Sure.
I love that. I love this guy. You
love that.
About me? I'm not a good. You have so much bias against them.
Here's what I'm saying. You don't work backwards and then like get rid of it. Like, so we need Dragon to be out of action, or at least busy for a little while before MJF and Regal. Okay, so he has a match. That doesn't mean that you're done with your work. We now need to reason for Dragon to want to have a match. You don't just stop. Kind of lazy.
I agree with that.
It makes no sense. It doesn't make any sense, but it's just lazy. It's cheap. It's surface level, as all the cool kids say. Universe. I can't believe how unimpressive Garcia is at the moment, considering where he was a couple months ago.
A month ago, like not even a couple of months ago. A month ago,
he's easily the least important person in that group in that segment. Yeah. Easily, instead of being the number 2, you would think. Well,
yeah, both of these groups. This might be a worse faction feud than the Pinnacle versus Inner Circle. Because at least the Inner Circle was still around after that feud. I don't think either one of these factions are going to be around long after this feud is over.
You know what? I would agree with that. Well, we expect Jericho to win the pay-per-view, right?
A lot of people were seeming that way. I thought when the stipulation was made, I thought this was the setup for Claudio to kind of get his big run. But there's the argument that you want to keep it on Jericho if you're moving in the direction of getting a TV deal. You want to have it on the biggest star possible.
This is what happens when I don't want to sound like an old lefty. This is what happens when creativity, which he has none of to begin with, but when that meets capitalism. When you have to make decisions based on money, you make bad ones, essentially. And keeping the belt on Jericho at the moment is a bad one. It's over. Yeah. It's over. The run, you didn't go all the way with the run, with him. He should be murdering people. Him beating Ring of Honor champions does nothing to anybody. What, are they dead all of a sudden? No. He should be fucking breaking their legs.
I agree. Give me him versus Jerry Lynn, if only for him to beat up Jerry Lynn. Let's go to our next match, which was for the TNT Championship, as AR Fox, who was freshly signed, got the hashtag All Elite graphic before the show in the afternoon by Tony Khan on social media, and then he got a title shot for the TNT Championship against the new champion, the double champ, the 2-belt champ, Samoa Joe, the undisputed king of television.
That's such an on Joe line. That shit is rough.
It was, but this match got a lot of it chopped up by the commercial break. It only went about 7 minutes. AR Fox got a nice little hope spots. before the finish, looking good for a little bit, hitting a 450 splash for a 2 count. But Joe walks away from a Swanton attempt, and then he hits the Muscle Buster for the victory here to retain the TNT Championship. Like I said, it went 7 minutes, but 3 minutes was taken by the commercial, so we only got about 4 minutes. This didn't get nearly enough time. Joe looked strong though, so that's all you can ask for. And we got the Joe miss attempt, but AR Fox reversed that. That was nice. That was nice. As long as we could always get that Joe walk away, that's always great for me. After the match, though, Samoa Joe got some interview time, and he declared himself the undisputed king of television, since he is the TNT champion and the ROH World Television champion. But then Wardlow pops on the Contron to say to enjoy it while it lasts, because this is Wardlow's world. Does he not realize that this kills every freaking segment he says this dumbass line? Like I said, the match itself, it was fine. We only got 4 minutes of a 7 minutes match, but it was fine for what it was. Joe killing someone, always good in my book. But as soon as Wardlow showed up on the screen, that was my first dud of this show, really.
It was on the rough. All right, let me start the match. Props to AR Fox and Joe, by the way. They do a lot of little shit in the ring that just works. First of all, Joe talking shit the entire time he's in there is great. Like, it's not going the way you plan. I was like, this is awesome. And fucking AR Fox, I don't call it screaming out in pain. What would you call it? Every time we hit,
groaning.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Like, he's fucking great. Willow sucks. I'm sorry. I listen. I don't know what happened.
I don't know what happened.
I don't want to fucking read the hindsight, but I did feel at the time he handed the ring to MJF. I mean, to CM Punk to hit MJF. I thought this was shocking. The first time we didn't take entirely too long to do something, but I did feel it was a little early. And apparently it was, because he's been awful ever since. I don't know. He's not a babyface. He just isn't. Nothing about him that screams babyface. He dresses like a model, first of all. He looks like a model. He has awful catchphrases. He's entitled. Why isn't he a heel? I don't understand.
Yeah, I agree. He should still probably be a heel. And I agree with you also that I felt like it was early for Wardlow to turn on MJF. It kept up MJF's momentum coming out of the Punk feud, but it didn't do much for Wardlow coming out of that feud, though. And go ahead.
What was I say? Why did this work for Batista but not for Wardlow? Is it just Triple H? What is it? I'm trying to think. I don't know why. It feels very much the same character. Batista have goofy catchphrases. Maybe that's what it was, just a catchphrase. Shut up.
And they waited till Triple H. This was during the reign of Terror. They did this too. So they waited till Triple H had the world title. It felt bigger when he made the turn, because he was going after the world champion and he was going to be the top guy, at least on Monday Night Raw. So I think that's why that was more effective than this. And I said from the beginning of that the immediate move was to immediately, as soon as possible, put some championship gold on him. It shouldn't have taken another month or so before he got the TNT title. He should have just won the title outright almost immediately after Double or Nothing.
Very fair. Very fair. What was Batista's first feud after Triple H? Was he on SmackDown then? Yeah.
Yeah. He went to SmackDown and it was JBL, and it was all downhill from there.
You're not cheering JBL.
It was pretty much all downhill from there.
You know what? Maybe, you know what? I see EVB said it's the booking. You might be right, because Batista went from Triple H to JBL and then Eddie. You're not cheering any of those guys. So maybe Eddie. While Wardlow has been nothing, quite frankly. And, Samoa Joe, people like.
Exactly. And he's going to be cool regardless of babyface or a heel. Joe is always cool.
Yes. You said booking too. I don't want to leave you out.
We got Bell who says, can we move ROH on YouTube if they can't have it on TV? No, because that's the whole point. Y'all complain about all the AEW Dark and Dark Elevation on YouTube. Why would they put ROH on YouTube?
Nobody complains about it.
Yeah, they do.
Well, saying what? We don't want this free stuff on YouTube?
Yeah, they don't want to watch it.
Right.
If you don't want to watch it on, if you don't want to watch it on YouTube, at least it gives it a chance for people to watch it on TV.
If you get it. And to me, I think he might be overestimating how easy it is to get a TV deal, since he did it like within our fucking fast he did the first one. They were lucky in the right spot. People want wrestling. And your friends with fucking Cody and the Young Bucks. I'm gonna tell you.
Exhibit A. Daniel Garcia has been wrestling on AEW Dark these few months. Nowhere to be found.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we're saying.
People don't watch YouTube.
That's what we're saying. Remove this shit from our TV and put it on YouTube, please. But all the idiots want to watch it.
He said, put all the shit we don't want to watch on YouTube.
Ugh, please. Right over there. Feel free.
Yeah, it was Will Chisholm who brought up the Wardlow Batista comparison. We got also here, EVB who says, "What would you like to order, sir? This is Wardlow's world. Wouldn't be surprised if he says it everywhere he goes."
That would be hilarious.
Oh man, Frantic World says Wardlow is good in the ring, but he needs to work on his promos. You were with Maxwell Jacob Freeman for 2 years. How did you not get better on your? He talks confidently. He talks confidently on the mic. It's just he's trying to rely on catchphrases in a company that really outside of MJF, who has MJF and Chris Jericho heels. Who has catchphrases?
Ooh, that's a good question. Ooh, catchphrases out? Have they been out for a long time?
No, not in WWE. WWE, they live on catchphrases. But in AEW, think about it. Only the heels really have catchphrases. Jericho has all his, appreciate me and all his nicknames. MJF has, I'm better than you and you know it. But Baker has the DMD, Jade, I'm that bitch. It's all heels.
This is true. I got nothing. Wow. That's solid. Yeah. Though Ricky's trying. He's trying to get the absolute line. I'm not sure it's gonna work.
Yeah, he is. CM says Batista was booked better. Yeah, that's plain as day. Yeah, for sure. We also got Romeo who says I wouldn't say he's good in the ring either.
That's not a hot take. I think you might be on something. He's rather athletic, especially for his size. Yeah. I think you overestimate how good that makes them in the ring. See Logan Paul.
Yeah,
he's so great. He's athletic.
He's just athletic. Yeah, he's just athletic. Yeah. You know, there's gonna be someone in the comments who probably thinks Logan Paul is a better wrestler than Wardlow.
It's like, stop it. There's a lot that goes into it. Would you knock it off?
We get a quick vignette. We go back to Oakland, California for the next part of Powerhouse Hobbs' story. He walks past some gambling and goes inside some kind of store where he gets a drink. This was short to the point, but I'm liking these. If this is like a longer thing to reintroduce or have a new character for Powerhouse Hobbs, in a way though, this felt like they were presenting him as a babyface. But what do you think? He came off like Luke Cage.
Yes, actually, what I want to say. I like the idea of this, especially Wardlow, especially if Hobbs got nothing better to do. I do think they're slightly overproduced. They feel like a fucking documentary when it should feel. And I thought there was supposed to be like vignettes of him randomly walking around. I'm not gonna play too much. It's fine. You're doing something different. I'll take it.
Yeah. See, I knew it. I set Romeo up for that.
I've only seen. I've only seen a couple matches. He's only had a couple matches.
Exactly. Like you can't even say I've only seen a couple matches. You've seen his whole career. Then
he's fine. He's athletic, but to be fair, I don't think that Bret Hart's not athletic. Ric Flair's certainly not athletic. What do you want from me?
Exactly.
All it takes.
Romeo's being ridiculous. We got a quick little segment where Taz broke down how Hook beat Lee Moriarty. I love this kind of stuff, and I love when Taz does it. Taz always is good in this role. They need to do this more.
I don't ask for much. More of that, please.
Yes. And then it's the segment you guys have all been waiting for. MJF first promo as AEW World Champion. First, we get William Regal. He comes out to the ring with something under a sheet to introduce MJF for his first comment as world champion. MJF comes out and he gets on the mic to talk about how William Regal sent him an email not too long ago. It was actually the week after he had been beaten down by the Firm. And he said that he told MJF that in the email that he had become weak. Regal thought MJF could become the best villain of all time, but Regal wanted to see MJF grab the brass ring, not the Dynamite diamond ring. They met behind closed doors multiple times after that, and MJF admits that Regal is a genius. Regal wanted MJF to use the brass knuckles at Full Gear so they would leave Moxley with an emotional scar to go along with this physical one. I do want to note that the pinstripes on MJF's suit jacket, yes, it did say better than you. Great stuff. Great takeoff the Conor McGregor fuck you or stuff that he had previously. As for the firm, MJF says that he would have done the same thing they did, but chasing them down takes effort, and that is for the pores, like these fans out there. Speaking of things beneath him, we have this title, which makes him sick. And not just because he is in Indiana. The people who have held it before him aren't on his level, which is why the title is garbage. MJF throws it down and Regal unveils a new belt, which has Burberry strap design. And he says that no one deserves the title except for him, including the people, the same people, the fans that cheer for him. He talks about the people that the fans also cheer for. He says people like Eddie Kingston, who's a fake tough guy, or Ricky Starks, who's a fake wrestler, or talk about the biggest fake wrestler, Bryan Danielson. He says, sure, Danielson can wrestle his way out of a paper bag, but that doesn't mean he deserves to be a world champion. MJF praises his boys up north. He says that he's going to hold the AEW World Championship until the bidding war of 2024. And he says he just hopes that the right con fits the bill. And he's not talking about Tony. He's talking about jolly old Saint Nick and my boy, the Game, Trips. So he said, what happens on January 2024, Mr. Regal? Maybe Hollywood wins instead of either promotion. Anyway, the fans are going to get sick of him as champion, despite them cheering him on the way to Full Gear. He said that, but they'll keep tuning in to see who can take the title off of him. During his title reign, the championship will be defended very rarely because he is a special attraction. 9 times out of 10, you'll have to buy a pay-per-view to see him wrestle because his title reign is going to make Hulk Hogan, JBL, and Jeff Jarrett seem short. As he also says, Bruno Sammartino, his title reign is going to make him roll over in his grave. And then he says, as for Mr. Regal, he says that, everybody give it up for Mr. Regal. Give it up for Mr. Regal. Thank you so much. He said, thank you for the brass ring. He goes behind Regal and then out of nowhere knocks out Regal with the brass knuckles from behind. Tony Schiavone on commentary said, Steve Regal, William. MJF says Regal is the one. He says that Regal told him that he has a lot to learn. But Regal is the one who made a deal with the devil. As Regal said a few years ago, when you're a world-class talent, he says, send him your stuff. Danielson and medics run out to check on Regal, who is put in a neck brace and taken out on a stretcher. We also come back. We go to commercial break. After this, we fade to black and we come back from commercial break, and commentary recaps what happened, replay it, and we see Regal being escorted on stretcher into the ambulance. Bryan Danielson, with no shoes on, came out and is still with Regal, and he gets in the ambulance to leave with Regal to the hospital. Before I share my thoughts, I want to hear your thoughts on this. What did you think about this segment, MJF and William Regal here?
I see a lot of people with the same thoughts I have, at least 2 off the top of my fucking head. It's fine. Everything before Regal getting knocked out was fine. This might have been my least favorite MJF promo ever. It was too long. We kind of mulched over the same shit where he did. I did not love it. I was shocked by it. It felt, speaking of Triple H, it felt very Triple H-ish. I was like, all right, I get the point. I'm with you. We could have easily cut half of that, and I would have still gotten the point. I did like the belt reveal because the way he built it up, I thought we were gonna get a whole new thing. And instead, it's just, I was like, that's hilarious.
And he calls it the Triple B, the Big Burberry Belt,
which I like. Like all that works for me. As did we finally get an explanation about the firm, which is they're really done. Okay, fair enough. Is it?
I don't know. I
dream this or not?
I was gonna
CM Punk's group. Did I dream that?
No, Stokely said on Renee's sessions this week that CM Punk had handpicked them to be his next rivalry after MJF.
Oh, ew. Jesus. Someone's really hit or miss. He has really brilliant ideas, and then he just fucking.
And then he just does stuff.
Versus the firm. What?
So this even wasn't even like really about MJF's story from the beginning. This was more about CM Punk's story.
The fuck's he was fight the firm for? For Stokely? I don't know if he was fighting Stokely. Like, anyway, promo was fine, too long. The heel turn was good. The turn on William Regal was fucking great.
It was so well timed.
I didn't expect it at all. It came out of nowhere. It's how you should do swerve, and it made sense, which is also how you should do swerve. Vince Russo. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I enjoyed how serious fucking his condition was built up last week, where only the worst person in the world, who Moxley apparently isn't, would hit fucking William Regal. And of course, MJF does it with brass knuckles in the back of the fucking head. Absolutely. It's the worst thing happened outside of killing him.
And I will say, I love how everything that he did, it made the promo, the first promo that they had, it made it come full circle. Because of not only the email, if you remember, William Regal turned his back and told MJF to hit him. And then when he didn't, he told him, you have a lot to learn. So everything he did, I will say, I do agree with you. This went long, and I felt like the email portion that explains why William Regal contacted MJF, but it doesn't explain why William Regal turned on Jon Moxley. And we still don't have that answer, despite this whole angle going in a different direction now. Ooh. So that is one of my big nitpicks. Moxley never is going to get his revenge, basically, regardless of if William Regal is still here or not. I thought MJF was good for what he was saying on the mic, and I felt overall he knocked this segment out of the park, but he needed that big surprise at the end. He needed to do something because it was really at like the 10-minute point of this segment. It was like, oh, this is all talking. This is just going to be all talking. All he's going to do is do nothing but talking, and then he brought it all together, and I love how it bring all this angle between him and William Regal full circle.
I'll never get that answer. I gotta be honest. After last week, we heard the Regal rumors about WWE. I went, if that's how he leaves WWE, I mean, he leaves AEW. I love that. Fucking Moxley just kicking him out. That's great. And now I'm thinking this might be even better. I love. Yeah,
this is better. This is better. If his we got a couple of different reports coming out. It was earlier last week. It was last week during the whole build up to War Games. Triple H sends out a video that had William Regal saying the War Games call, which created a whole bunch of rumors. Dave Meltzer mentioned in it on Wrestling Observer that it is something that has been talked about within WWE. And then coming out of Dynamite last night, Meltzer basically said that it seems like William Regal is on his way out, and that this basically this whole angle put heat on someone who's leaving. Then you had your top heel turn heel on another heel, which it's very convoluted. And the only thing I said is that they can save a bit of this because MJF really didn't say much about the firm. He just said that William Regal, contacted him after the firm beat him up. But we don't know if the firm beat up was just a ploy to kind of get to William Regal. Like, is MJF playing 4D chess or is he playing 3D chess? Like, right now he's playing 3D chess, but he can play 4D chess if he comes out next week and he says, well, the whole thing with the firm, that was just for me to get on William Regal's good side, for me to seem like a place where I had nobody and that he could be my helping hand and redeem himself for what he did to me 7 years ago.
Oh, I wouldn't hate that. I wouldn't hate if they cost Ricky the belt as the reveal. Yeah, fair enough. I'm not mad at it.
Because he did, and he also did say, I love how, the one thing I did love about the portion before the turn is him laying out his title reign. This was like a professor teaching people how to book a heel champion. He was like, 9 times out of 10, you're going to have to pay to see me on pay-per-view. I'm going to put obstacle up front of obstacle in front of all your favorites, Ricky Starks, Eddie Kingston, Bryan Danielson. And I love that the angle overall kind of sets up Bryan Danielson versus MJF as the top feud, probably going into Revolution.
A little odd to say, pay no attention to fucking next couple weeks when I'm fighting Ricky Starks. And I should be talking about Ricky Starks, but I'll talk about it for half a fucking second because who cares? All right. How much of this is going to be like the opposite of Cody, which is them refusing to turn him babyface because he doesn't want to be? This feels like we're going against what the people want, not me. I'll take him as a heel forever if you want. But everybody else just want to be babyface. Whatever. And then he knocked out Regal and the crowd popped. It's like all that work he just did went out the window.
He did get a pop because Regal turned heel. That's the problem here. Like, it was just Jesus. Yeah. There's issues here, but I think overall, I think in a as you always say, your catchphrase, put it on the t-shirt. You put it in a vacuum. This was great. This was great. We got Frantic World who says MJF is the GOAT. We got
Jesus.
DJ Eric who says the views of MJF have on Indiana does not reflect on me or anyone else. Proud to be from Indiana.
Of course you do. Of course you are. You're one of the poors. You don't know any better.
You're one of the poors.
That line is hilarious to me. I'll never get over the pores. It feels so
the pores. Annika says again, we broke up the Blackpool Combat Club for this. And yes, I know Regal might be going back to WWE. Please don't let him hold the belt like Roman. Being champ for a long time is very difficult to do, let alone 2 years. Yes.
Very. I'm surprised we're still this great.
Honestly, 6 months ago, it wasn't looking good for Roman. Everybody was down on Roman and wanted this shit to end, and then Sami Zayn came through. So you need certain other people to kind of create, freshen things up. Even someone like CM Punk, he needed to turn heel in the middle of his reign to freshen things up for the second half of his reign. So it is very tough. And as far as the Regal rumors, outside of what Dave Meltzer said, Fightful Select came out with a report earlier today, Jimmy, where they said that they have heard from people within AEW that William Regal's contract with the company ends in December. So they are considering last night a write-off for him, and they do believe that he will make his way back to WWE. And then PW Insider came out with a report is that those within WWE believe that William Regal is bound for the company and will have a backstage role within WWE.
All that made me so happy, mainly because who runs Fightful? Is that Sapp?
Yeah, Sean Ross Sapp.
I'm a fan. Oh, a fan is strong. I don't hate him. He makes me significantly...
Clip it, y'all.
He makes me significantly less sick than Uncle Dave. And I'm glad he got the story right. Uncle Dave got it wrong twice somehow. I'm not sure how you do that. How you do the same story wrong twice? It's his contract.
He was like he's got a year contract. No,
wait a minute, no.
Wrong. You got a 3-year contract.
Wait a minute, no.
Something's going on with the contract. I don't know.
Oh, Dave. Time to hang it up. Move on. Just be a fucking journalist where you give everything 6 stars, you adult.
Not everything.
What did he give the elite matches? The last 2. I guarantee he gave him 5 stars. He had to.
No, he only. I don't even think he's released his star ratings for Full Gear yet. But we'll see. CM says the belt is uglier than Sin, and he's now Bryan Danielson. Yes. Right.
Yeah. Fair enough.
There you go. We got a Frantic World that says if Regal is leaving AEW, I am happy that we got to see him with the Blackpool Combat Club, MJF, and getting his revenge on Chris Jericho. It was fun. It was fun. There was definitely some fun bits. William Regal's never had like a bad, like ever since he's came back from his drug addiction. Anytime he's been on camera, I found something entertaining about him, regardless of company.
He's perfect. He's the wrestler's wrestler.
And he's honestly, in my opinion, he's the GOAT authority figure in WWE history.
Oh.
Outside of Vince, maybe.
Okay.
Vince in his prime. Prime Vince and prime Eric Bischoff when he first came to Raw. Other than that, I don't think there's any argument that William Regal is the best.
Which version? Or we're just including all of it together?
All of it together.
Yeah, easily.
Because you got the commissioner with all the bits with Jericho pissing in his tea and stuff. Then he turned into a babyface commissioner when it was him and Tajiri, and then him and Eugene. Then you got the run. Then you got the run with NXT. He was there in NXT for 8 years. I don't think any authority figure had that long of a run on any show.
How long was Teddy Long there?
Teddy Long was there for a while. I think it was like 5, 6 years. Yeah.
I gotta be honest. Regal in NXT might be, in my opinion, the perfect way to do authority figures in 2022.
Yes.
Babyface, not on the show all the fucking time, only here when it matters, and can fuck somebody up if need be. It just works.
It was basically Jack Tunney booking, but with someone who has 50 zillion more charisma than Jack Tunney.
Yes, doesn't need to step on anything. He's just there in case shit goes sideways. And the yell War Games, which is hilarious.
Romeo says Eddie Kingston will never be world champion. Grand Slam is gonna be electric. Yeah, I was like, you gotta do that match in New York. You got 2 New Yorkers, and it's like the definition of 2 different New Yorkers. Like,
very true. Very true. MJF is the gentrified New York.
Yes. Gentrified Long Island, New York versus broke down Yonkers Eddie Kingston.
I agree, Annika. I don't know. Ricky, it felt like Ricky is at least tertiary. Maybe whoever's the 4th version of this. He's behind Regal, he's behind Eddie, he's behind Dragon. As far as MJF's hit list goes, this shit was outrageous. It's not important. It's an afterthought.
Yeah, I would have thought.
I'm only going to wrestle on pay-per-view, except this time I got to fight this bum. But other than that, it's all pay-per-view.
Yeah, I thought he should have put a little bit more of his promo to focus in on that. So, yeah, all those nitpicks aside, overall, like you said, in a vacuum, the segment was effective in doing what it needed to do, which was firmly establish MJF back as the top heel in the company. Next, we had Ricky Starks versus Ari Daivari. But before that, the Firm comes out with Ethan Page and Stokely Hathaway. They get on the mic before the match, only to have Matt Hardy interrupt. Hathaway tells Hardy to get it to the back, as Starks tells Hardy to help him win the Dynamite Diamond Ring Battle Royal next week. But then the match starts. Ari Daivari jumps Ricky Starks, but Ricky quickly, in about 22 seconds, hits a spear. Rochambeau, 1, 2, 3. Ricky gets the win. So Ricky wins this week. Will he win next week? We don't know, but it seems like the Ricky Starks Firm feud is still ongoing here.
Tony Khan was talking crazy shit a few months back about how nobody thought the Acclaim was going to get over. Nobody thought Willie Yuta was going to get over. And nobody thinks the Trust Busters is going to get over. Where are we at with that? That's part I wonder.
Why would he compare those guys to the Trust Busters?
Because he thinks he's a fucking genius. I'm going to get this shit over too.
I'm a genius. Go away. I'm a genius, y'all.
Yeah, that was this worked for me, by the way. Ethan Page is great. Stokely Hathaway is hilarious. I hear this Matt Hardy thing is really good on Dark. I'll never know because I'll never watch. And I like that this was a squash. Awesome. Thank you. This is the opposite of what AEW does. Guy has a title match coming up. Let's have him have a 15-minute match with some bum. No, squash. It worked. Ricky looked great. Ricky's a star.
Yes. More for Ricky. That's all we ask for. We want more for Ricky Starks. We're here for that. We got backstage. We see Jamie Hayter, Britt Baker, and Rebel. They're talking to Tony Schiavone that they will be having their own sit-down interview next week on Dynamite, just like Saraya this week on Rampage. So we literally had an interview to set up an interview to talk about another interview.
What are we even doing? And they've done that a couple times now.
This is like the second or third time within a month we've done this with these same people.
I mean, to be fair, they have vaginas. We can't spend too much time thinking about them. I like how the Baker and Jamie thing is going. I could do about the segment, but I don't forget that I'm okay with it. I don't know how long it's going to take. Not sure how long it should take. I'm not entirely sure when I want this to happen, but it should happen. We can't fuck up 2 people once. We already fucked the Baker, to be fair. She's already fucked. So she's gone from awesome to she's all right. She's here. I just don't fuck with Jimmy Hater. I don't have so much.
We got Frantic World who says the Matt Hardy and Paige storyline has been good on Elevation and Dark. The stuff I've seen on social media has been good.
You've heard. I'll never know.
Exactly. And unless they post it on social media, 2-minute clips. That's in Jimmy's wheelhouse. 2-minute clips.
Sure.
You can do that. You can do that. I'm not going to ask him to watch a whole episode of Dark and Elevation just for that, though.
Matt Hardy? Yeah, it's not happening.
ALW says Britt is so amazing. I cannot wait for Jamie to slap the shit out of Britt. Oh my god,
that's hilarious.
Yes, that is.
If somebody sends you a text message, it's hilarious.
It seems like 2 different people wrote that same message, that one sentence. Next, we got the women's quarter hour continues as we had Anna J. A.S. going one-on-one with Willow Nightingale, tied Mello in Anna J's corner. This match didn't get. Yeah, she is. She's the best. She's like, how can you not cheer for Willow? Willow got some good offense here. Jade kind of grounded her, trying to cover her at certain points after a spinning heel kick. But then Willow Nightingale made her come back, hit a big spine buster for a 2 count. Jade grabs a quick gory bomb for a 2 of her own. But then Nightingale blocks a rock bottom attempt. She gets a roll up, gives Jay a 2 count. But then Nightingale puts Ty off of the apron, and then she hits the doctor bomb on Anna for the win in just over 7.5 minutes. This was another short match similar to the AR Fox Samoa Joe match earlier in the night, where the commercial break took a lot of the matchup. But then in the post match, we probably had the most noteworthy thing for the women on this show, as the music of Ruby Soho hit, and she went after the woman that injured her at All Out. Ty Mello attacking her. She took out Anna Jay off the apron, and then she hit Ty Mello with the Destination Unknown on the ramp. Good reaction for Ruby Soho in her home state of Indiana here, making her comeback for the first time in about 3 months since All Out when she got injured.
That long?
Yeah. What did you think about the match and the return of Ruby Soho?
The match was good. The crowd responded appropriately. This is why I thought Which Cole was out of his mind. Uncle Dave. The crowd popped huge.
Yeah, I was like, hey, when I heard that, I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? I was like, that got a good reaction. I felt like the MJF turn got a good reaction, and most of his promo for me got a good reaction, and the main event too, of course.
Yeah, Soho was great. She got a big pop when she came out. All of this worked for me, shockingly. I don't know what's going on with Anna Jay. I saw a lot of people complain about her in-ring work recently. How she needs to go overseas and get better or something. Yeah, probably. But
it does feel like she's kind of regressed a bit.
In the ring?
Yeah.
Or
she hasn't progressed enough.
I'm about to say, I just feel like you guys are expecting more because she's been around longer. I didn't hate it. I have more than that. I liked almost all of this, quite frankly. I think Willow should dethrone Jade. I'm rubber stamping that again.
Yes, I'm here for it. I felt like that was the only reason to have this match on the show, is if we're building Willow to eventually take that title from Jade, which she seems like the best option. And it doesn't seem that Jade got much going on, which we'll get into.
By the way, the reason you want Ruby Soho to be in the House of Black is because she has tattoos, sir. There's nothing about her that screams House of Black outside of that.
I don't know why, but I want Ruby Soho to be with House of Black.
Don't know why, but you know why. Yeah, you do. You know exactly why.
Because he said Rhea Ripley's with Judgment Day. Gotta put Ruby Soho with House of Black.
By the way, I think there's a video package. Was there a video package of House of Black on the show?
Yes.
The recap
after this match. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Why bring him back? I'll bring him back to the video package this week.
Well, no, we'll
bring him back. We got nothing for him.
Well, no, you heard what Malachi said. Malachi said before the end of the week, there will be less of them after. So that means they're going to probably be on Rampage.
Why? We've seen ratings for Dynamite the last couple of weeks, which everybody's been very quiet about, by the way. I've noticed. I haven't heard a lot of people talking about the ratings for Dynamite. When there's over 1 million, I hear nothing but it. when it's under 900.
When they go over 1 million, that was August 2021. It hasn't been much million ratings since then.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Yeah. And half of those people watch fucking Rampage. I'm not interested. It's over. It's over. It is over. Talk to fucking TBS. See if you can fucking make the Darwin show. Take your losses.
So we look back at the return of House of Black with Malachi saying that there will be less of them before the end of the week. And then we go backstage where QT Marshall, he wants a shot at the All-Atlantic Championship, and Orange Cassidy gives him whatever he wants with no discussion. QT said he wants a lumberjack match, and Orange Cassidy says, yeah, sure. Okay, whatever. Cool. Walked away. I love Orange as the most nonchalant fighting champion.
I do. Boy, this belt, we thought it was going to be the new fucking Intercontinental Championship a couple weeks ago.
They have
cleared that shit up real fast. What?
We're like, no, this is the European.
Not yeah, like in the late European title, we're not even fighting other countries. We're just fighting other Americans now.
Damn shame. But if that segment was rough getting through, this one was rougher. But here we are. It's time for Jade Cargill's TBS Championship celebration. Jade Cargill was looking amazing.
Good Lord.
Amazing.
Only difference is that when you say shoulders, not sure why it's so extra.
Oh my Lord. I was like, God bless money. God bless the color green.
Jesus.
Jade talks about getting rid of the trash last week, referring to firing Kira Hogan, but wonders why the baddies are spending time with Hogan this week. Either way, get in line or leave because they eat off her. Jade brags about how awesome she is and how she makes careers, and that you put her next to anyone and everyone would think that she's the superstar. And then she brings up that joke. Speaking of careers, Bow Wow, she says little Bow Wow is a joke, and this brings Bow Wow to pop up on the Contron. He said he's done with his tour, so he'll be around soon. And then he says that title she has does something to him, which seems to have Jade a bit shaken, and Jade's music hits, and that's the end of the segment. This was so weird. Jade was fine for what she did, what she said. I think she came off well, mainly because she looked amazing. But as soon as Bow Wow came on the screen, it was like, we really got nothing for Jade. She's literally feuding with little Bow Wow. Like little Bow Wow. I just don't know. The way he moves so fast across the floor. I don't know why Jade is feuding.
When you put it like that, she's fighting little Bow Wow. Like, what the fuck? I've seen this, by the way, Stephen Chambers. I saw it on Twitter. A lot of people trying to make sense of this fucking thing by reaching for Sasha Banks. It is so desperate.
Yeah!
It's like,
yeah, they went for it.
It's like,
they went for it.
It's over.
Ain't Bow Wow Snoop's nephew? And Snoop called everybody nephew. What are you talking about?
Like, listen, it's over. It's over. First of all, Sasha Banks is never coming to AEW. If she didn't come when Vince was in charge, she's certainly not coming now. That's not how that works. What say? Yeah, Bow Wow, this was sad. All of this was sad. Outside of Jade, who did make me sad. I can't go that far. But I just no, they have not. I can't imagine like if she was to walk around the streets, the look she would
like you gonna see all the heads.
This
like
this 6 foot tall Amazonian chocolate. It's just
Amazonian chocolate.
Delicious. I've never seen anything like that before. What the fuck? That was great. Bow Wow. Why are we pretending like I know all black people look like to Tony Khan, but why are we pretending like Bow Wow is some fucking superstar? He's not. This is only like this angle doesn't work if it's fucking. I'm trying to think of somebody who's a little more famous than Bow Wow. Ross. This doesn't work if it's Ross. It doesn't work. It was very rapey.
It was very rapey. Oh, that title you had does something to me. Ooh. I was like. I thought this would be all right to watch with my child. What are we doing?
What the fuck are we even talking about?
What are we doing?
Some people's like, this is leading somewhere, And it's got to be Jade because it can't be anybody else. It could be nothing. It could be fucking nothing. There's nothing here. There's nothing here outside of fucking Bow Wow. Tony Khan's heard of him before. So I would put on my TV show.
I've heard of him before, and he wants to be here, so why not? That's probably his whole thought process.
Yes, I saw some loser. I respond to him, I think. Anyway, I saw some loser on Twitter talking about AEW continues to help out the hip hop community. The hip hop community, first of all, what?
Well, we all know, Jimmy. We all know.
Oh Jesus,
Tony Khan is
Jesus.
for the culture. For the culture.
Ugh.
Don't deny it. Don't deny it.
Ugh.
He's for the culture.
Jay Cargill should post a Playboy.
Little Scrappy is next. Little Scrappy. Where's Little Scrappy at? He's been on AEW television. Might as well go for it again. We got a super chat donation here, Jimmy, from Kid Get Money. Thank you so much, Kid Get Money, who says Jade Cargill and the Jacksonville Jaguars neither are good workers, but I love when they win. Jags beat.
Jesus, he came in, explained the teeth, and then left. Hilarious.
Neither are good workers, but I love when they win.
Jade is something else.
Oh man, I was talking about this segment. It was a lot more fun than I thought it would be.
Yeah, that's just a mess. What the fuck are we even talking about? There's still the nudes in Playboy. I think they brought it back, right?
Huh?
I think they brought nudes back.
There wasn't nudes in Playboy. What?
It took them out for a while. Trying to fucking.
That's just weird.
Yeah. Anyway, should. That's an odd word, but yeah.
Yeah. Should is a little bit too strong.
Yes. I would like it if.
Yeah. Say I would like it. she yes. She doesn't have. Should it kind of implies that she needs to.
It's a little Bow Wow-y.
Yeah, little very Bow Wow-ish. We got Cortine who says, which is better right now, AEW or WWE? And are both of you reacting to Daredevil Born Again? To answer the question, as of right now, definitely WWE has way more momentum right now. They're firing on all cylinders as far as like the product is better right now than it's been in the past nearly 2 decades, and they're doing so well with their numbers and their business that it has to be WWE right now. As far as Daredevil Born Again, ask this sir over here because he denies me of shows I want to watch with him.
I don't watch too much of WWE. I watch SmackDown. SmackDown's better. It's a tighter show, and has competent booking with one inspired angle being, I guess, the Bloodline. So again, man, LA Knight versus Bray Wyatt. That's the thing I thought I needed in my life, but apparently I do.
I do agree. That's been a lot better than I thought it would be.
I'm like, who the fuck wants to see this? Then I was like, oh, me. Apparently, me. This is awesome. LA Knight's great, by the way. It's a shame he's
because it's like a 3-way feud. It's still Bray feuding with himself, and now LA Knight's involved.
That's fucking hilarious. And yes, the Sammy Roman everything involved thing is some of the best TV I've seen. God knows how long. Probably since Batista and Triple H.
Yeah, it's very, very Batista Triple H's of how they're booking it, how very episodic they are doing it.
As far as Daredevil goes, I don't know when that comes out. It comes out soon, I guess. I'm down. I love Daredevil.
Down as well. Of course, we both love Daredevil. I think it comes after Echo though, so we'll see. Next we had the main. Well, first before the main event, we had the rundown of all the matches for the next couple of shows. Then we had the.
Wait a minute. First of all, AEW said is this black enough for you on Netflix? So we had a complaint from a previous fan who doesn't watch anymore.
Oh no!
Very upset about things I had to say, Ukraine related. I actually took the time to respond to him. I wrote a whole.
I know. I was when I saw your response, I was like, I'm surprised it's this short.
I tried. Don't curse. Don't yell. Don't scream. Don't insult. Just come with a logical response. Is the black enough thing? If it's involving like black people getting fucked up or this awful thing happening or this, I avoid those things. They do nothing but make me sad, and I don't want to fucking have that in my life. So no, probably not. Like I forget what that was. It the Jenna 6th? Something about Central Park. What was the last fucking black documentary they had on their fucking show? on Netflix.
Probably the Central Park one.
Everybody was watching it. Oh, it was so tragic and beautiful. Did you see it? No.
Are you watching Wednesday on Netflix?
My sister said it was great.
It's incredible.
Really? It doesn't seem like it's for me though. I don't feel like that.
The best way I can compare it, if I can compare it to two shows that I know you have watched, it's like Gotham meets Jessica Jones.
Season 1.
Good Gotham. Okay.
Good
peak Gotham versus season 1 of Jessica Jones.
Fair enough. I'm not against. I like Gotham in a vacuum. You know, they decided to fucking shit all over my comic books, but you know what? Fuck it.
Fair enough. Let's move on. And you had my finger on the trigger for the disclaimer, but you didn't say anything that was too bad. So I'll take it off. We also do have ALW who says Wednesday is great. So, and he says the documentary is about the history of Black films.
Oh, I'll give it a watch. Definitely.
So before the main event, we get the Acclaim are drilled by Daddy Ass Billy Gunn about why they don't have a match this week. Therefore, they said that they will give a tag team title shot to the best team in AEW. Gunn wants to know how that is possible when they're already the best. So they say, okay, then the second best team, and then they scissor each other. And apparently we'll hear from the Acclaim with that challenge to the best team in AEW on Rampage.
This was cute. I like this a lot, actually.
This was 100% of, we remember that we said Acclaimed every Wednesday, so we got to do something this week with them.
I do wish we would fucking use different settings in that fucking one fucking thing backstage. Like, change it up. That's why I like that fucking parking lot brawl between Moxley and Hangman. It just worked for me. Yeah. Ooh, at least someplace different.
Yeah, switch it up a bit, you know. So next we had the main event, which was match 3 of the best of 7 series for the AEW World Trios Championships, the Elite versus the Champions Death Triangle. We got the Elite with their big entrance coming out to, of course, Carry On, My Wayward Son. And we got a brawl immediately to kick things off from the Death Triangle's entrance. The Elite attacked them in the entranceway, jumped them in the aisle, showing that sense of desperation, their urgency in this matchup here. I did enjoy that part of it. Then we got into the action, got finally to the ring after we had a big brawl on the stage, big moves being back and forth between the two teams. Pac does a moonsault off the stage onto the Elite and the Lucha Bros during the commercial break. Then Matt Jackson does a crossbody off the stage as well. We get just nonstop action when we finally get things into the ring. The storytelling, it was like you get the Pac and Kenny Omega rivalry coming back into play once again in this matchup. Of course, there is the Death Triangle with the dissension going on here as some of the members, and then there's Phoenix. Phoenix is the only one who doesn't seem comfortable yet with using the hammer, despite them getting the victory. Because of that, back at Full Gear. We got a couple of near falls. For the first time in the series, I did want to mention the Young Bucks went for the BTE trigger. So the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega have yet to hit their big moves in this series. The Young Bucks haven't hit the Meltzer driver yet, and Kenny Omega hasn't, and they haven't hit the BTE trigger, and Kenny Omega hasn't hit the One Wing Angel in this series yet. Just back and forth action, just nonstop, never letting up. But the finish was very, very smart how they played everything out, where it really looked like it was the Death Triangle was going to take this one and go up by 3-0 lead as they hit Matt Jackson with the package power driver double stomp combination. Then Pac hit a shooting star press for a near fall. He then sets him up in the corner for the Black Arrow, but Matt Jackson actually gets his knees right up into the broken nose of Pac, and Pac fucking sells this like he's melting. Like he fucking melted as soon as his knee hit his face hit Matt Jackson's knee. And I love the fact that the Lucha Bros were holding Nick and Kenny, and then Kenny changed it into a defensive move, and instead of being held back, he was holding back both of the Death Triangle members as Pac got the pin. This was a great finish, a great match to end the show. A lot of fun. I enjoyed it. And then the Elite, Kenny Omega, getting on the mic to end the show as he says goodbye and good night. Bang. So what did you think about this main event here? What did you think about match 3? And what did you think made it different from the first 2 matches, if any at all?
The ending of the show was odd. It was a weird promo. Match was good. All their matches are good, if not cartoonish. I saw you say somebody kids will love the fucking match. That's exactly how I feel watching all the matches. Yes, if I was less mature, I'd love this nonsense. I'm over it. This is goofy. I did like the difference that essentially it was a big ass brawl for the first, 5
minutes. And the sense of urgency from the Elite, they made it very obvious from the get go.
That word, they tried to get some respect on Rick Knox's name. Rick Knox fucking making him get back in the ring to start the match. Then fucking Omega rolled
then immediately get kicked in the mouth. That was great. When Nick Knox finally does his job, he gets kicked in the mouth. That was great.
That's fucking perfect.
And I love the finish because I thought the Death Triangle was going to win here. I thought it was very predictable that we were going to see the 3-0 lead.
Wow,
but
really?
now with the Elite winning here, the next 2 matches are very unpredictable.
Oh, okay, you say so.
Who do you think is going to win the next match?
Who cares? Who cares? I know where we're going. Who gives a fuck?
Oh, God. You're hard.
I'm sorry. I don't need 7 matches. I was on the fence. First time I heard it, I went, that's awesome. Then I sat and I thought about it, I went, oy. Actually, maybe not. Then I saw the first 2 and I'm like, maybe 7. Then the third one went, all right, we already have ideas. Thank you.
Oh my God.
Thank you. We don't need 7. Even if I get in the benefit of the doubt, they're holding some genius shit back. Maybe for 2 more matches, sure. But like for another 4, come on.
So he wants Death Triangle to get 2 more wins.
Please. I'll take it. If we did best of 5, I would have taken it.
So match 4 will be on December 14th. So next week we won't have a match in the tournament. The next one will be at Winter is Coming, match 4. Then we got match 5 on December 21st, match 6 on December 28th, and if necessary, match 7 is on January 11th.
Jesus fucking Christ! I did not. I did not. Yuck. Once Matt Jackson in the ring, I knew they won this fucking match. I'm sorry. I just know it. I knew we were going to get some look at the heart of Matt Jackson match. I know it. I got it. We get a stupid celebration. He pumps his fucking fist.
See, that's why I picked you. I knew you were not going to like this match.
But here's what I'm saying.
Matt Jackson got the win. That's the real, y'all. That's the real, y'all. There ain't no real with Jimmy. It's very transparent.
Why we treat him like he's just fucking? Oh, you know what? Never mind. I'm not gonna get into Matt Jackson at the moment. He stinks. He's terrible. He's terrible. I'm sorry. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody says. I know objective when I see it, and I've been objective about the Young Bucks since the beginning. I hated both of their fucking guts. Then they turn heel. I'm like, oh my God, Nick Jackson is actually awesome, and Matt has continued to stink. I am the most objective.
Yeah, sure.
Enough of her. Enough of CM. I don't know why she hates CM Punk so much, and now she's a fan of these bums. Enough of these bums. Get rid of them.
Now they're bums. You're ridiculous.
They're bums. I like Kenny Omega.
Ace says match 1 was still better. Yeah, definitely match 1.
Can we explain what Phoenix's deal with this hammer is? Can somebody explain this to me? Does he have amnesia?
We do need a promo with him. Like we do need like more to this as far as like promo, especially if they do have the week off next week. I would like a sit down promo, like strategy and stuff of what are you guys gonna do now? Down 2-1, how are you gonna try to even things at Winter is Coming and stuff. So
why did you use the hammer if you hate it so much, sir? Why are you so against it when everybody else uses it? Do you have a sexual relationship with this hammer? I don't get it.
I think the Elite wins the next one, so then they can do go back and forth with wins in the last 3.
Yeah, that sounds right.
We got here a couple of comments. We got Frantic Roll with a question I know the answer to. Will Jimmy watch Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega at Wrestle Kingdom?
No. I was actually thinking about watching Omega versus Okada, which apparently went 1 hour and 10 minutes. I was actually thinking about watching that, but
I'll send you a link.
It's gotta be clear.
We'll watch it. We should watch it and film ourselves watching.
Oh my God.
Watch along.
Absolutely not. 1 hour and 10 minutes. I'm taking plenty of breaks on that nonsense. I just want to watch this. Say I watched it so I can see what all the fuss is about.
Oh my God, you're horrible. All right, it's about that time, ladies and gentlemen. Last call for Super Chat donations as we're going to give our thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle for AEW Dynamite last night. Match of the night, MVP, LVP, and out of 10, what did we give the show? Let's put our thumbs in the middle for the November 30th, 2022 edition of AEW Dynamite in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up for me, thumbs up for Jimmy. What did you give it out of 10, Jimmy?
7.5.
That's fair. I actually went the exact same. I give it a 7.5 out of 10. It wasn't a blowaway show, but it's been a little bit more consistent over the last 2 weeks. Since coming out of Full Gear, it's been good at the least, and that's all you can ask for. Sometimes.
It's fucking sad. What the fuck happened?
They bought Tony Khan bought Ring of Honor. Match of the night, Jimmy.
Dax and Dragon.
I'm gonna go with the main event, Elite versus Death Triangle. MVP of the night, Jimmy.
Ooh. I don't know. I feel like I should go MJF, but I just don't want to. I was so disappointed. I'm probably, you know what? That wouldn't have been a terrible idea. This whole thing's been kind of weirdly booked. It was a regular match, then turned to a 7-man, and then. So, no need to add steps. Let's see what they can do. I'm not giving up on it yet. I'm sure they can come up 4 decent matches.
Yeah.
Wrap this up. I'm gonna go with Moxley.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Hangman Page. Returning, looking strong, not taking Moxley's shit when Moxley had something slick to say. So yeah, I'll go MJF. I'll go Hangman Adam Page. MJF an honorable mention. He did well for what it was, but it could have been stronger for sure.
Tighter,
yes. Tighter. And as far as the match, as far as my answer to the question, I think the main event was different from the first 2 matches, and that's mainly down to what I keep saying was the desperation and sense of urgency from the Elite, and that this was the first match that I noticed the moves that they haven't hit yet in the series. This guy's ridiculous. LVP of the night, Jimmy.
Unfortunately, I think I have to go with. I'm not gonna Bow Wow because he's eternally an LVP. Yes, you got it right. Jesus, sir, there's a lot of fucking codes there. Jesus, I'm gonna go with fucking Wardlow. It's over.
Yeah, I was gonna say William Regal for getting fooled by the devil, or Jade or Bow Wow. No, not Jade. Jade doesn't deserve that. Looking that good. Bow Wow. Yeah, I'll go co-LVP. Bow Wow and Wardlow.
Fair enough.
Both were on Contron videos, and they got LVP.
That's hilarious.
And they were probably on screen for about a minute total between.
I didn't remember the fucking JAS.
Yeah, I forgot how bad that was. That was pretty bad too. But that brings us to an end of this edition of AEWramble. Jimmy, let the people know where they can follow you, sir, and what you got going on your channel.
At Jimmy Macram, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Where we're doing stuff
will be done, y'all. Follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHeelSP3. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at TrueHeelHeat. Patreon.com/TrueHeelHeat. $3 a month. True Hill Heat Prediction Championship, as well as SP3's Raw Report. My review of Monday Night Raw is up right now. And of course, subscribe over at True Hill Heat Sports. We'll be going live tonight for our NFL Thursday night football watch along. Sunday, we got our NFL week. I believe this is 13. I'm not sure. I'm so behind. And check out twitch.tv/True Hill Heat Gaming for our exclusive game content. And I'll be back on the channel on Saturday, 11:05 a.m. Eastern Time. True Hill Heat 203, as we'll have special guests from Jimmy's favorite place, Fightful with Sean Ross Sapp. We're going to have special guests of the Impact podcast that they do every week after Impact Wrestling. Chris the Star will be joining myself and Missy Chrissy Love this Saturday, 11:05 a.m. Eastern Time. So join us for that one.
Somebody's fun auntie.
No, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
I kept clean.
For Jimmy Macram, it is me, your true heel phenom, SP3. This has been AEWramble, episode 70. The real MJF stands up. We are not up until.
Jesus.